Let me tell you the truth nobody told you. You don't have an English problem. You have a philosophy problem. You keep waiting, waiting to be ready, waiting for the perfect course, waiting for the day your English will magically click. But let me ask you something. What if I told you that a Roman man, born more than 2,000 years ago, already knew exactly why you're stuck? What if I told you that this man wrote down, with his own hands, the 3 rules that separate people who become fluent from people who stay average forever? His name was Lucius Aeneas Seneca. He lived from 4 before Christ until 65 after Christ. He was a philosopher, a politician, a writer, and one of the most famous Stoic thinkers in history. He advised emperors. He built a fortune. He was forced to take his own life by the Emperor Nero. And before he died, he wrote letters, hundreds of letters, that survived 2,000 years, so that you, today in 2026, could read them and fix your life. Today, I'm going to give you his 3 rules. The same rules that will take you from I understand a little to I speak fluently in the next 90 days. Not 90 years, 90 days. And at the end of this video, I'll also give you a bonus, 1 Stoic question that you can ask yourself every night that will change your English forever. Stay with me. If you're watching this, you are probably B1 or B2. You understand Friends without subtitles. You read articles in English. You even think in English sometimes. But when a real native speaker looks at you, smiles, and asks, "Hey, how are you?" your brain freezes. Your mouth forgets every word. Your heart starts beating fast, and you feel stupid. And then you go home, and you open your notebook, and you study more grammar, more vocabulary, more present perfect. Because in your head, the solution is always to study more, to know more, to be more prepared. But here's the truth. You're not stuck because you don't know enough. You're stuck because you keep waiting for a moment of perfect readiness, a moment that will never come. I know this feeling because I lived it for years. I had a notebook full of phrasal verbs. I could recite irregular verbs in my sleep, but I couldn't order a coffee in English without my hands shaking. Until I started reading the Stoics, and I realized something brutal. The reason you're stuck at intermediate English is not grammar. It's not vocabulary. It's not pronunciation. It's your relationship with time. It's your relationship with fear. And it's your relationship with the people around you. Seneca saw all of this 2,000 years ago. Let's fix it today. Rule number 1. Stop postponing your fluency. Seneca wrote a short book called On the Shortness of Life. It is one of the most brutal texts I have ever read in my life. In that book, he says something that should scare every English learner alive. He writes, "While we are postponing, life speeds by." Read that again, slowly. While we are postponing, life speeds by. Think about your English journey. How many times have you said, "I'll start speaking when I know more grammar"? How many times have you said, "I'll take that English class next month"? How many times have you said, "Next year I'll travel to the United States and then I'll practice"? How many times have you watched a YouTube video like this one, feeling motivated, feeling powerful, feeling like today is the day, and then you close the video and you did absolutely nothing after? I did the same thing for 3 years. Seneca is telling you directly, every single day you postpone, you lose the only resource in the universe that you cannot buy back. Money, you can earn again. Friends, you can make again. Even health, with a lot of work, you can sometimes recover. But time is gone forever. The minute you just spent watching this video, it will never come back. The people who become fluent are not smarter than you. They are not more talented than you. They didn't win some genetic lottery. They just stopped waiting. That's it. That's the whole secret. They opened their mouths while they were scared. They practiced while they were imperfect. They spoke while they were embarrassed. So here's a practical rule for this week. The next time you have 5 minutes of free time, in the Uber, standing in the line at the bakery, in the bathroom right before you go to bed, speak English out loud, alone, to yourself, about anything. Describe the room you are in. Describe your day. Describe your fears. Describe what you ate for lunch. It doesn't matter. Not perfectly. Not correctly. Just speak. because Seneca also said this. Sometimes even to live is an act of courage. And my friend, opening your mouth in English for the first time, that is an act of courage. Do it today, not tomorrow. Today. Rule number 2, master your mind, and the tongue will follow. This one is harder because the first rule fights against time. But the second rule fights against something much more powerful, your imagination. Seneca wrote something that destroys 99% of English students in Brazil. He said, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." Let me translate that for your English journey. The real reason you don't speak English is not that you can't. It's that you have already decided you can't. You imagine the native laughing at your accent. You imagine the embarrassment of saying something wrong. You imagine the coworker judging you in a meeting. You imagine the stranger thinking, "Wow, his English is terrible." And then, before the conversation even starts, you have already lost it in your head. And because you lost it in your head, you stay silent in real life. But here is the brutal truth. That judgment you're afraid of, it only exists inside your head. No real native speaker is sitting at home right now, scrolling TikTok, thinking, "I hope I meet a Brazilian today so I can laugh at his grammar." They are not. They are worried about their own lives, their own rent, their own problems. They don't care about your mistakes. They care about whether you are kind, whether you are interesting, and whether you have something to say. I'll give you a real example. A student of mine, let's call her Mariana, spent 8 years studying English in Brazil. 8 years. But she never opened her mouth. Every time she tried to speak, her brain played a little horror movie. The other person laughing, her face turning red, everybody staring. So she just smiled, nodded, and stayed quiet. Until one day, on a trip to Lisbon, she got lost. She had no choice. She had to ask for directions in English to a stranger. And you know what the stranger said? He said, "Oh, you speak so well. Where are you from?" Mariana almost cried. 8 years of fear, destroyed in 30 seconds. So Seneca's second rule is this. Fix your mind first. Every morning, before you study any word, do the 60-second exercise. Sit down, close your eyes, take 3 deep breaths, and say to yourself out loud in English, "My English is enough. My English is enough. My English is enough." It sounds stupid. It sounds weak. It sounds like something from a self-help book you would never buy. But listen to me. It rewires the same neural pathway that has been telling you you're not ready for 10 years. Your brain believes whatever you tell it most often. If you tell it, "My English is not good enough," 500 times a day, guess what? Your brain will prove you right every single time. Because as Seneca said, it is the mind that makes the body rich. Your tongue is only as fluent as your mind allows it to be. Free your mind, and your mouth will follow. Rule number 3, choose your company wisely. This one will change your daily habits forever. Seneca wrote, "Associate with people who are likely to improve you." He wasn't talking about English. He was talking about friendship, about ambition, about character, but he might as well have been. Because who you listen to, who you watch, who you read in your free time, that is who you become. Slowly, silently, without you even noticing. If you spend 3 hours a day on Brazilian TikTok and 5 minutes a day on an English video, guess what? You'll become fluent in Brazilian TikTok, not in English. Your brain is a mirror. It reflects whatever you show it most often. So here's a rule in practice. I call it the Seneca swap. Every day this week, I want you to swap one Portuguese input for an English one. Just one. Not 10. Not all of them. Just one. Your morning podcast on the way to work? Swap it for an English one. There are thousands. BBC News. The Daily. Huberman Lab. Anything. It doesn't matter if you understand everything. Your ears are training in the background. The Netflix series you're watching tonight? Change the audio to English and change the subtitles to English, not Portuguese subtitles. English subtitles. This is important because when your brain reads Portuguese, it takes the easy road. It never builds the English muscle. You have to force it. The Instagram reels you scroll mindlessly at night, Follow 3 native English creators, anyone you find interesting, and unfollow 3 Brazilian accounts that don't add anything to your life. Let the algorithm do the rest. Within 2 weeks, half of your feed will be in English without any effort, because Seneca said something else that hits even harder. He wrote, "A man is known by the company he keeps." And in the 21st century, my friend, your company is not just your friends. Your company is your phone, your feed, your playlist, your watch history, your screen time. Who is in your phone? Because that is who is in your head. If your phone doesn't speak English, you will never speak English. It's that simple, and it's that powerful. Now, before we finish, I want to give you something extra, because I promise you a bonus. This is a Stoic question that every serious learner should ask themselves every night, right before they sleep. Seneca practiced what he called the evening review. Every night before bed, he would ask himself 3 questions. What did I do today? What mistakes did I make? How can I be better tomorrow? He did this every single night, for years. I want you to adapt this for your English. Every night, before you sleep, ask yourself these 3 questions, in English out loud or in your head. Question 1, did I speak English today? Question 2, what did I learn that I didn't know yesterday? Question 3, what will I do tomorrow that is a little harder than today? These 3 questions, repeated every single night for 90 days, will transform you, not because they're magical, but because they force you to be honest with yourself. And honesty, my friend, is the beginning of every real transformation. Seneca wrote, "As long as you live, keep learning how to live. Apply that to your English. As long as you study, keep learning how to study. Adjust, improve, repeat. Before I let you go, let's practice together. I want you to repeat 5 sentences out loud, right now. Don't skip this. Don't be shy. The camera can't hear you. Your neighbors won't judge you. Your family doesn't care. Just speak. Sentence 1. While I'm postponing, life is speeding by. Now you. Say it. Sentence 2. I suffer more in my imagination than in reality. Say it. Mean it. Sentence 3. My English is enough. Say it like you finally believe it. Sentence 4. Today, I choose my company wisely. Strong voice. Sentence 5. I speak English today, not tomorrow. Today. One more time, loud. Perfect. You just did what 90% of English students never do in their entire lives. You spoke. You opened your mouth. You practiced out loud. Seneca would be proud. Now I have a question for you, and I really need your honest answer in the comments below. Of these 3 rules, Rule 1, stop postponing. Rule 2, rewire your mind. Rule 3, change your inputs. Which one hit you the hardest? Which one are you going to apply today, right after this video ends? Drop the number 1, 2, or 3 in the comments. And if you want to go deeper, tell me in 1 sentence, what has been stopping you? I read every single comment. I promise. And I answer as many as I can. If this video helped you in any way, hit that like button. It's free. It takes half a second. And it helps me reach more Brazilians who are stuck today like you were stuck 15 minutes ago. And if you haven't subscribed yet to the English for Real Life channel, do it now. Because next week, we go even deeper. Because next week, I'm going to show you something even more powerful. I'm going to give you the Cicero method, the 2,000-year-old technique that Roman senators used to speak in public without a single mistake. And if Seneca taught you the mindset, Cicero is going to teach you the mouth. Subscribe so you don't miss it. Turn on the bell. And remember, don't postpone. Don't wait. Don't hope for a better tomorrow. Today is the only day you have. And tonight, before you sleep, ask yourself the 3 questions. Every night, for 90 days. I'll see you next week. Speak today.